Sometimes I think that I know quite a few things and never claim to be an expert on everything that I talk about, but I like to think that I have a pretty good grasp on stuff. But every once in a while, I need to get grounded and, get back to basics on certain things. So I want to listen to some strong, independent women tell me how that they live their life and see what we can learn from this. What's the worst that could happen? Nurse claims she made $500,000 a year after following these steps, and she did it by age 27. Well, shit, I'm already 6 years behind the curve. Maybe I could learn from a nurse. Whew. It's not uncommon when a person who wants to get into nursing school tells others they do it to make the big bucks doing what they do. That's why Olivia Reeves, 35. Wait a minute, she's 30. Interesting. Okay. Gives her steps to success on how she made between $250,000 and $500,000. That's a big bar. That's a big bar. And paid off her student loans by the time that she was 27. In a viral clip as she posted on TikTok, the certified registered, she's a CS. Oh, she's an anesthesiologist. She's a nurse. She's a nurse anesthetist. Ooh, that is a Tiananmen Square full of red flags. From California. I don't want to say that she belongs to the streets, because that would be underselling this. She belongs to the highway. She belongs to I-95. Oof. Detailed how she did it, following a grit and grind process, avoiding legal trouble, and staying motivated to receive a massive paycheck. I'm not here to be your mom. I'm not telling you to go do stupid things. Then think about your future and how that will impact that. Reeves, who has 1.3 million followers. Yeah. Just get famous on TikTok. Wow, imagine that. Believes prospective nursing students will need to sacrifice the party life of an average college newcomer. Well, maybe she was one of those unicorn nurses that weren't out there partying like that. I don't know. Go to a 4-year college and transfer somehow. To get there within your freshman year, you're going to talk to a counselor and go hey, I want to get into all of these classes that get me into nursing school. Or you can go to a community college and pay the fraction of the amount it normally takes to go to one of those 4-year practices. But okay, this is a reason why we don't listen to women. The 35-year-old preached that you need to sell your soul to nursing school. Wow, to take your studies seriously. Thanks, Mom. Very good tips that you have right here. And understand the college experience is a little more different than your others. Maintaining a good GPA, striving to become one of the best students in class. To become a nurse? Okay. You're going to get kick-ass grades like a 4.0. How is this actually going to make you more profitable, though? Once you get the degree, nobody cares about the numbers that you had. You graduated at the top of your class. Great. The current president of the United States he finished second to last in his class. Not what you know, it's who you know. Jesus. Because it makes you more competitive candidate from now when you're applying to anesthesiology school. Yes, but she gives you financial advice while deep-throating a recorder outside next to a beach. Okay. Physician anesthesiologists in the United States are required to complete a 4-year undergrad degree in college with pre-med requirements, according to, the ASA. But here's the thing, anesthetists, that's a very in-demand career field, by the way. And it's also a bitch of a work schedule because those guys are working 4/16s. It's no joke, bro. Young nurse then lays out on the table and encourages passionate students to look into nursing programs that strongly fit them. Bro, this is terrible advice. I think it's just easier to go on OnlyFans and make millions of dollars. But you just also might be detained by the U.S. Customs, okay? Because that would be just far easier way and a far more relatable way to live your life outside of just go to school and work hard. Fantastic. How do you spin that into 6 digits a year? By working hard. Thanks. Fantastic. Great 20th century advice in the 21st century. Oh, you're going to need anesthetists? Yeah, when hospitals start going under from bankruptcy. Fantastic. So they aren't going to keep, the full-fledged anesthesiologists. They'll just keep the nurse anesthetists. Sure thing. Australian influencer and OnlyFans star Michaela Testa has been booted from the United States with her visa revoked. Shout out to her. 23-year-old claimed in a series of social media posts she spent over a day in the border force room before being sent back to Sydney, Australia. I doubt this happened. This is one of those things, okay, if we're going to have a scoreboard that is up there on things that didn't happen, I will take this scenario for 1,000, Alex. Oh, he's dead, though. I don't know who's hosting it now. I've just... Oh, no, right, she's Australian. Whenever I see Michaela Testa, I think Eastern European, so I was going to immediately go into the staccato delivery, but I've been locked up with a dingo and my baby for the US Border Force for around for over 30 hours with no phone, and I had my visa revoked. Okay, I'm sure that they just immediately sprung that on you. Oh, sure, please tell me more. They've just deported me back to Australia and I can't enter the United States. Oh, no. The Australian-based softcore porn enthusiast shares a photo of Sydney's downtown from her phone window, revealing she's so grateful to be home to a safe country. Are you unaware of what your home country did to people for the better part of 3 years? Could you see the camps that they were building from your plane? I'm just wondering. Safe country. This is why we don't listen to women. Some of these girls that were detained with me will not. Some of them have been there for over 3 days with no contact to the outside world. I doubt this happened. I absolutely doubt the validity of these claims, especially when it's an airhead that does this for a living. Just stop it. You're just being an ass. Testa didn't provide further details. Yeah, she just provided enough to get a viral TikTok and for people to go, "Oh, Queen, where can we support you? Where's the link to your OnlyFans?" Oh yeah, link tree in the bio? That's another big red flag. Nurse, link tree in the bio. News Australia has contacted her for comments surrounding an alleged deportation, and they probably had to buy the pay-per-view in order to get a response. It's not the first time the influencer has faced trouble in the United States. Wow, I wonder why she was deported. She's a troublemaker. You're here on the good graces of the federal government, and now we've revoked your invitation. Go home. In October of last year, the 23-year-old claimed that she spent 5 hours in detention. They're like, well, guess what? Now we're going to add a 6 times multiplier on that, and there's nothing you can do about it. While trying to enter the U.S. for being pretty and mistaken for an escort. She's a professional victim. Why is anybody duped by this? I already knew what exactly was up, especially when she posted this. I'm so grateful to come home to a safe country. Some of the girls that were detained with me will not. Some have been there for over 3 days with no contact to the outside world. Or whatever she sounds like with her accent with a stuffed mouth. I don't know. She shared her ordeal after receiving a message from a follower who said the same thing happened to them. I'm sure somebody was trying to one-up you. They didn't let me into the country because they thought I was an escort, the follower said, prompting Testa to share her own scary experience. It's actually so scary and sad that they treat you like one too. You're on OnlyFans. Why is that such a leap in logic? You're an escort. No, I'm not. I just post pictures of my ass on the internet for money. Okay, maybe I'm kind of an escort. I feel like, Merch, they'd think about this about any pretty girls. I met so many in detention last night. It looked like a strip club. She's fine, but would I say that she's an exceptionally pretty chick? Well, maybe that just plain Jane persona is good enough to, think is a high-end escort, I guess. I don't know, man. You aren't allowed to touch your phone, and you have to watch trash American TV advertisements for 5 hours. Well, if you don't like it, leave it. Oh, guess what? That decision's been made for you. Aha. Meanwhile, during another trip to the U.S. in September, she posted a day-in-the-life video while in Los Angeles, California, with a friend that was heavily criticized. Again, I don't know why they revoked my visa. Come on. Testa and her friend rented a Tesla. Oh, Testa and a Tesla, and spent $130 on sandals. That's what, like a pair of Gucci flip-flops that, yeah, you're trying to get Future to fuck you in? Like, come on. Before driving to the infamous Cecil Hotel, an affordable housing complex that 10,000 people call home. I don't know what that is. The building, also known as the most haunted building in the city, well, outside of her own, you can finish that joke yourself, is located on Skid Row, an area known for poverty and homelessness. Like, I mean, why would Customs and Borders, throw her out? She's adding such value to the country. Fucking yuck. Testa said she was obsessed with the Cecil Hotel. That's why she needed to... Yo, oh my god, I was gonna go into something else, but then something caught my eye here, which was subject to a Netflix documentary. I was forced to watch 5 hours of trash US advertisements. I was obsessed with a Netflix documentary. You can't make this shit up. And that's why, for as much as I wanted to just shit on those two broads for just terrible fucking advice, here we have somebody who is actually somewhat grounded to reality. I forget all of the circumstances that led her to leading Tom Cruise, or leaving, sorry, not leading. Maybe she was trying to lead and he was like, I got a fighter plane movie that I need to make in the future. I'm not sexy. Hey, shout out. Katie Holmes talks growing up in front of the camera. I would agree, but on the flip side of this is another topic that I talk about, not that much, but it's something that I think about a lot. All of the girls, like, okay, you take a look at Katie Holmes, and then, I don't know, she brings up her daughter that she had with Tom Cruise. That's Suri, by the way. I was shocked by this. She's 16 right now. Like, I remember in high school when that kid was born, like, what the fuck is going on? But yeah, same thing. I don't consider that sexy, given the fact that she's 16 as well. And when Katie Holmes was at her absolute peak, I didn't consider her sexy at all. I considered her more on the beautiful aspect, which is totally different because, again, you take a look at this thought. What do you think? Do you think beautiful or do you think sexy? That's the difference. Women conflating the two, thinking that showing tits and ass and being an object of sexual desire is somehow a high quality or something a virtue that people should take seriously. Well, that's also a problem, thinking anybody should do anything. Or even still, you know, like that brokey nurse that's over there saying that, oh, you just need to get out of debt and then men will find you more attractive. It's like, no. Understand your surroundings, move accordingly. That's what I appreciate, man. In a new interview, Katie Holmes broke the hearts of rueful Dawson's Creek. Yo, man. Okay, I already felt old enough when I seen that the kid was 16 years old. But then you bring up Dawson's Creek that hasn't been relevant or referenced in how long? When was the last time James Vanderbeek was in the headlines? Jesus. While discussing the lack of racy roles for her, on her acting resume. Yeah, about the most sexual of an object she was in Batman Begins? Is a much better casting decision than Maggie Gyllenhaal. Like, oh yeah, Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne being attracted to a very cute, I think cute's probably a good descriptor for Katie Holmes. A very cute girl, as opposed to, let's just say they could still do an open casket even after the Joker blew up the warehouse. Like, and this story's not going to be in the headlines, mostly because it's actually good advice instead of just work hard in school for a fucking niche degree. Yeah, fantastic. Go pull wrenches and you can just immediately start earning. How about that for advice? Or sell your body and then, oh my god, I got deported for being a cunt. Yeah, we know. I didn't want to be a sexy young thing. Yay! Said the 44-year-old told Glamour magazine, this month's cover story. I am not sexy. I used to have a friend of mine come to all my photo shoots to make sure that they didn't try to make me that way. Yo, that's what's up. Take notes. This is great advice. Take notes, because there's nothing wrong with models. Absolutely nothing wrong. We love models around here. And especially ones that try to protect their modesty. Yo, man, this is high quality women game right here. This is what guys actually like. Because, yeah, we like our hoes, but we like these girls. We take these girls seriously. Holmes, whose breakout role was the cynical and sharp class valedictorian. Oh, I'm sure that they probably that you could have made a lot of money with those types of grades. Joey Porter on the WB teen drama spawned her girl next door persona. The show, which ran for 6 seasons starting in '98. Followed, I was only 8 at the time. I'm not that old. I'm old, but not that old. I followed a group of adolescent. Yeah, I don't really care about that. It was considered risque at the time as the series often openly discussed sex and sexuality. I was just 18 when it started. 90. She's 10 years older than me. I guess 11 because she's 44 right now. Interesting. I was just 18. Yeah, when it started, I really appreciated the writing because I felt like, Merch, as a teenager, I had so many different feelings. Trying to go from being a girl to a woman, says the... Oh, she told Glamour in her Dawson Creek beginnings. Or is that her? Oh, I thought that was her daughter. It's like, yo, shout out. Okay, she, I don't like 40-year-olds like that, but fucking Christ, that is stunning. Holy shit. That's my speed, by the way. Like, that right there. Damn. She's never looked... Jesus fucking Christ. No simp, but fuck. Like, compare that. Okay, she's 18 in that picture. Like, I understand that's probably like photoshopped and, you know, there's little tricks in the game, but what the fuck? Yo! And again, shout out Tom Cruise. Jesus Christ. Yo! Felt like, again, merch, gotta knock you off your pedestal a little bit. Okay. Had this way of putting words into those feelings. So for me, playing that role was like, oh, that's what that means. Oh, I get that. I love doing that. Wait, pause. It was really fun, profound experience. Oh, okay, talking about creator Kevin Williamson. Wow, imagine that poignant, multi-layered writing in a teen drama. Shit like that doesn't come around anymore, but that was, yes, back in 1998. Fuck. NWO was still around. Anyways, since the series, her career has taken a genre-spanning turn from starring roles in comedic Jack and Jill. You could call that comedic, dramatic, coda, horror, disturbing behavior, and even action. Batman Begins, yeah. Second best of the Nolan trilogy. It was like anybody who says the Dark Knight isn't the best one that's up there is just trying to be a hipster fruit. Batman Begins, though, is still like Liam Neeson is Raj Al Ghul. Come on, man, that's a great film. In 2006, she infamously married A-lister. She would have been 26 at the time. Shout out. Married A-lister and devout Scientologist and fucking based individual Tom Cruise, with whom she has a daughter, Suri Cruise, now 16. The pair divorced in 2012, also marking Holmes' exit from the controversial church. It was recently reported that Suri's father has no part in her life. Well, okay. Tom Cruise. But if that's what's reported, back that up with receipts. But, yo, man, regardless of the situation, that's still your daughter, though, bro. Come on now. That's definitely better, but still, I get dignified. I don't get IG thought off of those pictures right there. And I also don't get copious amounts of surgery off of that either. It's interesting, man. Like, that's just such good advice right at the beginning. Like, I always take a friend of mine to my photo shoots just to make sure that they didn't want to sexualize you in that way. Tremendous advice. The best advice of the 3 articles that we've seen so far. Sell your body on the internet. Short-term money comes with long-term consequences. I just become a nurse. No. Just no. There's enough midwits that are out there. Anesthesiology is a very profitable career, but if you're not on that level when it comes to work ethic, it's going to be tough. Other than that, I don't know, just maintain your femininity, preserve your value, and then you can, you know, even though it didn't work out for you, you still bagged Tom fucking Cruise, and you still have 2 years of child support on top of that from probably the biggest movie star in the world right now. So shout out to Decisions and fuck. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.